volume up, and we'll come right about here, methinks. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. We're coming to you again for our kids game. There it is. Our Misadventures in the Southern Colony game. And we have a few announcements to get through. Takes less than 5 minutes. Here we go.
Wait, Daddy.
Disclaimer. This isn't a kids game that does not feature adults using adult language. You have been unwarned, I guess. We keep it about PG. I don't think we've hit a PG-13 in this. We keep it about PG, 1980s PG, so you should be fine. We have a Patreon going. Our Patreon for the Inn of Planar Crossroads will be giving away a rulebook when we hit $50 a month, and it will be giving away a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Special Edition rulebook, core rulebook, when that drops. But we have to get up to $100 a month for that. So, there you go. Our current video is going to be Misadventures in the Southern Colony, Episode 10, and we're going to title it Battle with the Rat King. Bum bum bum. And it's going to be hopefully pretty good. You guys can catch up if you want. It's only about 10 sessions in, and it's only about an hour each session, so there you go. Next subscriber giveaway, we're going to be announcing very soon our plans for the 200 subscriber giveaway. I had to throw something together since Colin couldn't do it this time, but I think I've got something in my head that'll work just fine. Our next one, when we hit 400, will be when he will come in with his, I believe when he'll come in with his particular odd, fun, crazy one, which should be good. And this month in June is the mystery gift month, because we're not sure what we're going to give away, because we haven't made it to the con yet. But we're going to pick it up at the con and see from there. I believe that's everything we have to announce for now. Let's get in the game. There we go, less than 5 minutes. So, when last we left Moon, he and Masterson had fought a couple of rats while they were going down to the hunt of the Rat King in the sewers, and they went and they faced a couple of his pet rats, and they followed tracks and things like that kind of eventually led to where we find them now, at the Rat King's lair. It is in a small cavern that has a small wood walkway going up to the alcove that leads into the sewers. They had to go down not feet. They had to go down quite a ways. They had to go down several minutes of walking to reach the cavern itself that he's in. Not very big, but probably I gave measurements last time, I believe, and spacious enough. There's a wooden stair that leads down, platform and stair that leads down, that covers about 15 feet off the ground or so, that the way leading into the sewers from this cavern would be. And Moon is currently underneath that, hiding behind some supplies. Masterson is up top, on top of the platform at the beginning of the stair, and he is looking down, and Moon can see this person that they believe to be the Rat King. And they find him. He has come out and has munched on some almost rotten looking meat, and has thrown some to a bunch of little rats that have been following him this whole time. So let's see what our group does, because right now he hasn't really spotted them. What do you want to do?
I'll pull back my arrow.
You get your arrow ready?
No, I put my arrows away. I put my arrow and bow away.
Okay.
And get out my...
It'd be... You bought a sickle.
Oh, I'm getting out my sickle.
Okay. It hasn't been written on here yet, so we can write that on in just a minute. But we can go ahead and let you get that out. So, what are you wanting to do with it?
I just get it ready. I see what he does before I see what else he does before I attack.
Okay. So if you don't make any moves or anything like that, then there it is. So here's what it is, bro. A sickle. 1d4 of damage because you're small, times 2 crit range, and you can try and trip with it, though it would cause you to take an attack of opportunity. Alright, so you find yourself at that spot. You don't make any moves or anything?
No, I wait and see what he does.
Okay, so you give it a minute or two, and you give it about a minute, and you don't do anything. So you hear some walking on the stairs, up just above you, and Masterson kind of steps out. The Rat King turns his head quickly and looks up at Masterson. Masterson waits for him to see him. And Masterson says, "So we finally found..." Wrong thing. "I reckon we finally found you." Rat King looks up at him. A hiss kind of escapes from his lips from between his crooked-looking teeth. "Masterson, I wasn't expecting you to come looking for me all the way down here." "Well, I did. And it seems that I found you. I wonder now," he says. Masterson starts to take a step down the stairs. "If you'll come quietly," and you hear some chains rattle. You think he may have taken out some manticles, big cuffs. You see the Rat King go. His teeth look kind of like they've got rotten bits on them, and they're all yellow. And he laughs through them in kind of a mocking way. Says, "You can come after me, Masterson, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna live past it," he says. Make me a perception check.
From this?
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Okay. Natural 20 plus your whatever you had, which is, I think it's a 5. So, a nat 20 and a plus 5 means that you got a 25 total. Perception is right there. You have it trained.
So 25?
Yeah. You see that when his focus shifted and he's looking up at Masterson now, the rats, the smaller than what you've been fighting, not dire rats, but just like regular sized rats.
Little rats?
Yeah, they're about no more than a foot in length as far as their body. Usually about 8 inches and stuff. But they seem to have stopped jumping all around his feet, and they seem to be watching. And they seem to not be clamoring. You think he might have some kind of control over this bundle of rats. You gonna stay hidden, or Masterson's coming down?
Staying hidden.
Okay. So you keep staying hidden, and Masterson makes it to the bottom of the stairs, and they're kind of staring each other down. By this time, the Rat King has kind of stood up and is facing Masterson. He's kind of lanky, and he's got a hunched over back, but even so, he's not super short. He's at least average height, or on the tall side, because even hunched over, he's close to Masterson's head height, who's about average. His clothes, like I said before, are kind of tattered, but you can tell they used to be good. But
is he in a robe or something, or is he in clothes?
He's in clothes, and it looks like he's got some armor on, a little bit of armor on too. But
Where?
On his body, just on him, over his clothes. They're kind of staring each other down, and it goes like that for just a few minutes, for at least a full 30 seconds or a minute, and they continue to watch each other.
And I'm just looking I'm looking at them inside a barrel hole in the barrel or something. Just looking at them.
Okay. So you're doing that. Masterson stays focused on you're about, probably 20 feet from them right now.
So is he a rat or is he a person?
Looks like a person.
He may be a rat disguised as a person.
You don't know. He's just called the Rat King, so you don't know. But Masterson doesn't seem to notice it, but you notice that the rats has started to move their way behind Masterson.
I think they're gonna try and bite him.
Don't know. Well, best make your decision now, he says, jangling the manacles. Tosses them over to him. And says, put them on and come quietly. Or, and he says, drawing his sword, you can die in this filthy cave. It's up to you. Rat King just looks at him and sneers and says, I don't think I'm gonna be the one dying, Masterson.
I think Masterson's gonna look behind him or something like that.
Well, you would think so, except that the rats attack. So, let's roll initiative.
Masterson, here you go.
You're in the initiative too, so you need to also roll. Just a minute.
Can I roll first, please? A 3.
3 plus your initiative, which is going to be that.
9?
9. So there's your initiative over on that side. And this is where your hit points will go. So how much is your maximum hit points?
Maximum hit points? Total health is 8. Maximum hit points. Where would it be?
Maximum hit points right there.
8?
8. You have 8 hit points. So I'm going to start keeping track of the hit points over on this side, and when they reach 8, you are unconscious. So hopefully they will not reach 8. So, looks like the rat... Oops. Looks like the Rat King rolled fairly well on his initiative, comparatively speaking, so he's at 14. So it will go Rat King, Masterson, and then it will go Rat King, you, and then Masterson. So, the battle begins. There's no surprise round because nobody's surprising anybody here. And the the rats jump all over Masterson.
How many
And-
of them are there?
Oh, there's a lot of them. There's
Enough to fill a whole cage? 2 whole cages? 3 whole cages?
Well, it looks like there's a whole pack of them, and they are they're just swarming all over him. So they are going to do damage. They're going to do 5 damage, and then Masterson has to make a fortitude save.
What's a fortitude save?
A save to see if his body's resilient enough to shake off this disease.
5.
Ooh. Well, let me see. Would he have that? Yeah, he would. He shakes it off. But you can tell not by much. He's like, ugh. He wipes it off. Wipes his arm off where they bit on him. And they're just crawling all over him right now. So, just all up on him. And they're really distracting him. And he's...
I keep my eye on the Rat King.
Well, you keep your eye on the Rat King. The Rat King, you see him... Let me see. How long would that take? We're going to say it takes a full round. Because I don't see on here where it says. Anyway. Oh, it's probably right there. Okay. It is a full round action for what he's about to do. So he stands there and he sneers. I hope you've said your prayers to your gods, Masterson, because you're gonna meet them. And he doesn't have to roll for this. You see his body start to change and get kind of... He was hunched before, but hunches a bit more over, too. And he gets his muscles bulge a bit and get bigger. And he gets fur all over his body, and his face elongates, and he gets his front teeth come down a bit more, and his eyes and his face kind of morph, and his ears move up on his head and point until you see this half-man, half-rat thing standing before you, and he sneers ugly at Masterson, promising, of course, his death. It's your turn.
Hey, he's gonna die from Masterson.
Well, they're not gonna not kill him.
I get my bow and arrow out,
Okay.
and I aim, and I'm at it, aiming at his head.
Okay.
Like the side of his head, this side, like below the eye,
Okay.
or above his cheek, but below the eye.
Okay, you gotta roll. It's a ranged attack.
Roll to damage. Okay, does 11 hit?
11 plus what? Where'd the pin go?
I think it went over there.
There it is. Okay, 11 plus what? Because you have to look on here. It's your short bow. 11 plus...
5.
11 plus 5.
16. Does 16 hit?
16? Let me see. It does not hit. Nope. It goes and slices off some of his fur right there. But he doesn't,
See where it came from?
no. He sees you now.
I get
But-
my scythe out.
But nope, you can't now because you drew your bow. So you're going to have to do that next turn. But you see him notice where you were, look at you kind of oddly, You brought a boy to a man's fight. Poor taste, Masterson. And
What does he do?
he will
first?
continue to focus on Masterson. But that's okay, because it's your turn now.
My turn again? I draw.
No, it's not your turn. Sorry about
It's
that. You took your
Masterson.
turn.
It's Masterson's turn.
Right. So Masterson,
What does he do about that poison and rats?
he is going to slice at the rats. So. Uh-oh.
Hands in the box.
He natural ones. So Masterson is going to
Slice at the rats.
slice at the rats. And he's gonna miss because he rolls a 1. He rolls a natural 1. So that's not good. The rats continue to swarm around him.
I think he cuts his leg or wrist or wherever he's slicing at.
He tries to slice at them, but he tings off the ground, and it almost makes him lose his sword hilt. But he grabs it tighter and doesn't miss it. He says, "Don't underestimate that." No, he says, "Best not underestimate the boy." He says, swinging. He's tougher than he looks. And so it's now your turn. No, now it's his turn. Now it's the Rat King's turn.
What does he do? Does he attack at me?
No, he doesn't think Masterson's got any kind of gumption behind what he's saying, so he's gonna go after Masterson.
He thinks I'm a worthless little boy? That rat.
That's what the Rat King thinks. Rat King misses, though. He comes forward, this hulking rat person, half rat person, comes forward and swings at Masterson with his
Big huge
short sword, and he misses.
sword.
Let me see. He and Masterson were about 10 feet apart, so he couldn't do a double attack. But he swings at him and he misses. So now it is
My turn.
your turn. What is Moon going to do? You going to shoot another
Take out
arrow?
my scythe.
You take out your scythe.
Oh no. I keep my bow on.
Okay, you keep your bow and arrow. You're going to try and keep your distance then?
Yes. And then I shoot for his leg.
Okay, you shoot. Alright. Roll to hit.
A 5 plus 5. 10.
A 10.
And that does not hit.
10 does not hit. Dice are not with you guys tonight, so 10 does not hit.
It's not with you much either.
No, it's just so far the only damage been done by the swarm. So and the swarm did do damage to Masterson last turn, but I forgot to do that, so it's on me. I'll do it this coming time on the Rat King's turn. So, Masterson does hit this time against the rat swarm, and he will do
8 damage!
maximum damage from Masterson. So,
And it goes like...
So yeah, Masterson slices, and it does a good. He seems to catch them as they were jumping up. So he goes shink, 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 and he slices through almost half the. Well, can't say half, but a good portion of the swarm when he does that, and the rats are like. So. That does not make the Rat King happy. So the swarm will stay in his area. It will do a
Point of
it'll do 6 damage, and Masterson has to do another save. So that means Masterson is at 11 damage. Masterson isn't looking so hot. And he would make his save though. So yeah, that's good. Masterson now... not Masterson. The Rat King will now swing again at Masterson. And he seems to be... Don't you kill my pets! Oh, but he misses Masterson. Oh. Yeah. Mrs. Masterson with a total of 9. So, doesn't hit him. And that means it's your turn.
I try and get at him again with my bow.
Okay. So you can do that.
I try and hit for his leg again.
Okay.
8.
8 plus 5.
13 does not hit.
13 does not hit. Unfortunately, you're shooting at him, but you're just not hitting that armor class you gotta hit. So...
Do I at least get a scratch on him?
You kind of nick one of his ears as it's passing by, and he goes... Ugh. Then he starts to look your way and then look at Masterson. Look your way and look at Masterson, so maybe next time he might come after you. Alright, so it's Masterson's turn.
12.
Alright, so that will hit, with his bonuses, that will hit the...
And he goes like... Ting, 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 ting.
Where'd it go?
And he goes... Ting, 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 ting.
That will hit. How much damage does he do? Ooh. Oh, he does max damage again. Alright, so...
He goes like... Ting, ting.
Masterson slices through several more of the rats, and they seem to scurry away from him now. They're all scattering, seeing the hacked bodies of their buddies all around them, and they seem to scatter away. So, that happens. Now, it is
Rat King's turn.
He says, "Oh, my girls." Speaking about his rats. And he swings at He gets a 2 on the dice, which is not enough to hit Masterson. Masterson's armor, he swings and he connects with Masterson's armor, but the armor just deflects it off. Ping! Masterson looks at him. "I reckon you should have put those manacles on, Rat King."
And I get my scythe out. And I attack him with... I get forward, and when I attack him, I jump back.
Well, you can only you can draw your weapon as part of moving, so it won't cost anything. So you can take your scythe out, but you'll have to leave your bow.
My sickle.
Your sickle. You can take your sickle out, but you'd have to leave your bow where you're standing. You have to drop your bow and then pull out your... no, you can do it as a move action.
I put my bow up, and I get my scythe out.
Okay.
And I attack him!
Okay. You can try and do that, but you can't back up.
A 5 and a 5, which is 10, and that does not hit.
That does not hit. Just dice doesn't seem to be rolling very high today. Except for Masterson.
Tonight.
Yeah. So, that's your move.
Do I at least scratch him?
You catch on his tail a little bit when you're swinging with your a sickle, and it kind of nicks on his tail. And he's like, "Yeah, leave me alone, boy." And that means he's going to come after you. So Masterson's going to swing at him. Masterson does not connect. No. Masterson does not connect with him. So, Masterson's short sword swings and clashes against his a couple times. And then,
Does his sword break?
Well, no, not even with flanking what now. So, no, neither of the swords break, but now it's Rat King's turn, and he's tired of you shooting at him and snicking him. So he's gonna try to hit you. A 3 on the dice is not going to be enough.
And he tries
but he doesn't have to move, so he is also going to try and bite you. So he swings at you with his sword, and he tries to bite you also. but he does not connect with that either. So he kind of turns to you and says, "Go away, boy. Sink." And he misses you both times.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now it's your turn.
But it's... Oh, yeah.
He just went, so now it's your turn.
I don't back up.
Okay.
I attack him again, and I go from the bottom like...
So you swing in an upward fashion with your sickle.
A natural 1, that's 6, and I know that does not hit.
No, that does not hit.
At all. It doesn't even snick him.
No, it misses completely this time. So you kind of get surprised at him coming at you with his face to try and bite Moon. Moon gets surprised, and Moon goes, "Whoa!" And he kind of swings up, but it totally misses him. But he backs off a little bit when it does happen.
And that is what I want. I want him to back up.
So, well, he doesn't literally back up, but he moves back his head as he's swinging. So, there we go. All right, now it's Masterson.
I could have got his jaw.
Could have got his jaw. Masterson does connect. All right, Masterson. So, let me see. He does a total of 8 damage to the Rat King. Not max, just 8. Stop. That's mine.
Hey. I want to eat it.
Nope. That's mine. So Rat King has 8 damage on him.
Where though? His leg, his body, his arms, his head?
Nope, just on him. Oh, you mean where did Masterson hit? He kind of cut across right here between the in the armpit, and because the Rat King, when he was going to slice down, he caught him at the back of his armpit and sliced him when he was swinging at you. So now,
and I go, and it was like, ting, ting, ting.
There we go. And now the Rat King turns his attention back to Masterson.
Does 10 or 20?
Does not connect with Masterson. So Masterson, it connects with his armor. He's almost hitting Masterson with his blows, but they're just not going through the armor that Masterson has on. So now it's your turn. What you want to do?
I get my blade, my blade out.
You want to spend a move action to get your. You can just move 5 feet and take it out for free. Your wakizashi, your
Guardian sword.
Guardian sword, your Guardian's blade. That's what it was.
So can I move 5 feet back or forward?
Oh, and with your melee attacks with your sickle, you weren't supposed to add your dexterity bonus. So you would actually have a plus 0. You have a plus 0 to attack with it. So, so with
I still wouldn't hit anyway.
Yep. So do you want to use your Nature's Katana, Guardian's Blade? I mean, then.
Yes. Do I move 5 feet forward or back?
Just to the side is fine. You just move mechanically. You need to move a little bit to draw it free.
I want to move behind him.
You want to move if you are behind him right now because he moved his position just a little bit. He turned around to face Masterson. So you and Masterson are on opposite sides of him right now.
So basically I could just go at him like that, or that, or that, or that, or
however you want to do it.
I try and do it with my blade. I just take it out and I go, yeah.
Try to stab into him with a blade.
I move 5 feet forward and I go like,
okay. Stop. You can't keep rolling. What was it?
It was a 4 before, then 14, and then a 6.
Okay, well, it was a 4 before, so you have to take the first roll. And That's that. 14 wouldn't have hit him anyway, because you don't have a bonus to hit with this. So, you only moved 5 feet. Do remember that you can use your bite attack just like he can, because you are a Kitsune.
Bite?
Yeah, you can bite.
Can I bite?
You're a Kitsune. Okay.
A 7 plus
1.
7, 8.
8 does not hit. But at least you're getting to try. That's what's...
So I go, so he's in front of me and I go like, I sort of twist a little and it goes beside him instead.
Yeah, you miss just barely. It seems to ride across his armor, unfortunately. Masterson swings. Ooh, Masterson gets a possible critical. So we'll see if he can beat his AC. He does! He succeeds at his critical. So, roll Masterson's dice to see... Damage dice to see. Yeah. Yeah, roll it.
A 1?
A 1, but he gets to add his bonuses. And
which is...
I'll do the math. I'm not cheating. I'm not spoiling anything for Masterson. So Masterson adds his bonuses, doing a total of 8, 9, blah, blah, blah. 10 damage, doing a total of 10 damage. So the Rat King has taken 10 damage.
He has I know what was he has.
No, you don't, because criticals are doubled. No, he doesn't, because a critical is doubled. You double the damage with criticals. Anyway, with most criticals, you double the damage.
Okay.
So Masterson went. You see that Masterson seems to really have gotten the idea of his swings now, and he has sliced up into the ribs of the Rat King, and the Rat King goes, "Ugh, God. Oh, Masterson." And he pushes them off with the blade, and the Rat King doesn't seem to be looking very good. He seems to be really, really hurt. And the Masterson says, "You best give up. I've already... gotta get the right accent. You best give up. I already got your blood on my blade now."
That's Masterson.
That's Masterson. Now it's the Rat King, and he doesn't seem to want to give up just yet. So, he swings at Masterson, and...
It does not hit.
We'll find out.
13 doesn't hit.
He adds to it. So he hits Masterson for... Ooh, maximum damage.
8 damage. No.
Yeah, he does 8 damage to Masterson. Masterson also doesn't look that good. Masterson's starting to look a little rough too. So we'll have to see. Somebody's gonna have to get another hit in on the Rat King to take him down.
Okay, me.
It's your turn. Let's see what you can do. Which one are you gonna use? You're gonna use your
sickle, scythe, or bow. I mean, my sickle.
Your Guardian's blade.
Or my bow.
Right. If you use your bow, you need to 5-foot step away, because you know that if he can reach you when you're trying to shoot your bow, unless you have a special feat, which you don't yet, you would he would get a free attack on you. That's how it works in the rules. It's called an AOO, attack of opportunity. So, go ahead. Which one do you want to use? You want to keep using your katana, your Guardian's blade?
I switched to my scythe. My
Your
sickle.
sickle. You can 5-foot move to the side and shift to your sickle then.
Oh no, I keep my blade on.
The blade? Okay, you got the blade then.
And I have it face like, when I'm doing it like this, I have it faced with the point down. The point on it going down. And I know it'll go to the side on him.
Okay.
So it may not hit.
Well, we'll see.
A 15 finally!
A 15.
Plus 5? 1?
It's with your katana. It's not plus anything.
So 15.
A 15. 15.
Babies.
Uh-huh. Let me see. It doesn't seem to hit, unfortunately. It gets close, and you definitely have gotten close to his armor class. You know he had a hard time dodging that one. It snagged on one of his laces on his I believe it's leather armor that he has on. Let me make sure. Yeah, he has some leather armor on, and it seems to it definitely caught on one of those laces, and it's flapping now. So you got close. You got close.
Finally, a hit!
You didn't do any damage, but you kind of messed with his armor a little bit.
Which is
say
good.
That. It is now Masterson's turn. So Masterson's gonna swing.
A little bit, stop over.
Masterson hits. So roll his damage. He rolls this.
And a 7!
7.
Almost max.
Almost max damage. 7 plus whatever.
It's okay. Let's do
Dum dum dum. The Rat King falls.
Can I loot him?
We'll see. So the Rat King, Masterson swings with his blade, and the Rat King, distracted by your blow and looking down at his armor, he goes up to swing at you instead. And as he does, his arm comes up, and then his arm is gone because Masterson went shink and chopped it right off. And then he looks down, stunned, and then looks at Masterson, and you see Masterson has already come back up for another swing, and his head goes shink and falls off.
Can I please have his head?
That's up to you after you're done. But, well, no. Well, after you, when that happens, you see that his, as he falls and his body crumples to the floor, it starts to change back into that human form that it had.
Can I still loot him?
Okay, you start looking around and stuff. Masterson cleans off his blade and says, I guess we better look around. I need to sit a spell. I'm gonna sit over there for a second. Whew, I'm done winded. So, he sits down at the table. You go to loot and look around.
What do I find?
On the Rat King, you find
A short sword.
a short sword, masterwork studded leather, that you think you might be able to get to fit you if you tinker with it a little bit, but your armor's probably just as good. Light crossbow, so a little light hand crossbow.
I take it.
With 20 bolts.
I
And
take it.
there's a few gems that he has in a little pouch.
What does it look like?
There's a red gem, a blue gem, and a kind of pearl-looking thing. So,
I take them.
okay.
And I ask Masterson what they are.
All right. You can do that. So, I'll just set this over here real quick. You start looting around and stuff. While you're looting the Rat King, Masterson sits at the table for a couple minutes to just kind of catch his breath. But breath sufficiently caught, he gets up and he starts to help you look around. So he's going to roll a perception check. And then now you roll a perception check. And you guys start looking around together.
A 14.
Plus?
5.
Plus 5. So 14 plus 5.
A 19.
19.
Almost 20.
That's right. So, a 19, almost 20. You both look around and you're able to find several things. You think some of the Masterson, you ask him about the little baggie, and he says, I don't know. It looked like some valuables to me. I'm not that skilled in appraising things. Why don't you keep those as a thank you for helping out? And that little bow, the little crossbow. You keep those things. So you get to keep those things.
Can I take his armor?
Masterson says it's fine if you want it.
Wait, aren't we gonna take his body back up?
We'll have to take his body back up. We'll probably come back down with a deputy or something, because I don't think I feel like carrying him back all the way myself. But Masterson talks to you a bit more. As you guys look around, you find some art, like we talked about before.
What art?
Kind of the pictures sitting off in those big painting, not big paintings, but those paintings sitting off on the side. Find some supplies, and you find in this room that there's several things, like a large candelabra holder, a large candle holder. It's like a candelabra that has 5 different things. It looks to be made of gold. You find lots of knickknacks, different things, a full set of silverware that's actually made of silver and stuff like that. And Masterson says that these are probably things that he stole from the townsfolk up above, because they sound like things that had just gone missing. That people had, people reported the silverware being stolen to Masterson, but they didn't report things like the candelabra. There's also a box of jewelry that seems to have a few things in it. Masterson seems to think those sound like things that he was told were stolen. And these things, this whole thing goes back over a year. Masterson finds things in here that had started to be stolen. So this must have been going on for a little bit. But for how long, it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, you find lots of stuff.
We need to take this stuff and take it back up.
Yeah, so that's the plan. You guys are going to gather up most of this stuff now, and then he'll send some deputies down.
I take the rug and I start putting stuff on it.
Okay.
I wrap it up, tie it.
Okay, you guys can carry that between you with a pole. So you start getting that around. Did you want to look down the 2 pathways, the 2 other caverns? There was a larger crack in the wall, like that would actually be a walkway, a place to walk through. And then there's a smaller one that you could probably fit in.
It's a bigger one.
Okay, so you look through the bigger one. It seems to continue to go down.
Then I don't go down it.
Okay.
I head back. I want Masterson and I to head back up to the surface.
Okay, you can do that.
So we're back up at the surface?
Yes, you head back up to the surface.
And this is where we'll sign off.
That's right, because you guys head back to Masterson's office to return and do your good deed with the stuff that was stolen and take it back to its rightful owners. And we're going to say that a couple days pass where you and Masterson go around and take stuff back. And are you in your Kitsune form?
Yes.
Taking stuff back? Okay. So you take stuff back in your Kitsune form, and he tells people about how this little Kitsune named Moon helped him out quite a bit, and that he was a great help getting the items that you lost back, sir or ma'am. And the townsfolk seem to be taking a liking to this Moon Kitsune. He seemed to be getting a good reputation around town. So, anyway, thank you, travelers, for stopping back by. We hope you enjoyed this one, and we hope you enjoy all of the ones that come. The next one that you're going to hear is actually going to be quite a special one, because it's going to be the one that we're recording live in... it's going to be a live game, and we're going to...
With his friends.
That's right, with Black Dragon Gaming and some people from the Rise of the Rune Lords game. So you will see plenty of people there that you hadn't quite seen before. But, all that said, we appreciate you coming by. Have a great time. Have a great day. God bless and enjoy. Bye. This content was made possible by the generous support of patrons and travelers like you. Thank you.